Hey guys! We're going to give you the best how-to guide ever for organizing a small kid's room.
Yeah, by the end of this video, you'll be able to organize your own small kid's room in such a way that the kids will want to play in there. It'll look super nice, and the kids will be able to tidy up themselves.
Exactly, and we're going to take you through it step by step using our own kids' room as an example that we organized a year and a half ago and haven't had to organize since. And that's the point, so listen up.
We post content like this every Thursday, helping young families have a tidier life. So if you want a tidy life, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications.
Diving in, we're going to start with decluttering. And I know you've heard this a gazillion times before. That's why it's step number one. It's important. We'll get to the good stuff in a little bit, but first off, you need to get everything out and start decluttering.
Yeah, first we go through it and we take out all the obvious stuff, like things that aren't toys or kids' clothing.
Outdoor toys, plates,
Glasses, cups,
power tools,
dishwashers.
You get the idea.
Take that out and put it in a separate pile.
Then we make a second pile for throwaways. This should be easy as well. If it's broken, if the Barbie's head keeps falling off, if there's a gum that's been stuck inside of the car, I had one of those, then throw it away.
Now we're left with just the things that could potentially belong in the kids' room, but we might still have too many things. So we're going to take the pile we have left and divide them into two piles. One for donate and one for keep.
Here it might make sense to bring in the kids and have them rank their toys in order of preference. We really like that approach because it helps them not only figure out what they want to keep and what they don't want to keep, but also learn how to deal with the process of getting rid of stuff. This is a good skill for your kids to have for the rest of their lives. It won't make it easier for you, but it'll be worth it.
Now you're left with just a big pile of all the good stuff in your kids' room. What do you do now? You start putting them in groups with like items.
It might be really tempting at this point to start putting things away as you group them, but don't do it. What'll happen is you continue grouping things and then you find a pile of cars that you didn't realize was there or a huge doll and things don't fit the way that you anticipate. Just don't do it.
Finish your grouping before you do anything else.
You still with us? Perfect. Next up is assigning everything a home.
Yeah, you have all your stuff divided into groups now, and you probably have a pretty good idea of how much space you'll need. Now it's time to think about where to put all the different groups.
This is where the magic happens. This is where you start ensuring that the kids actually have a desire to use their room.
Yeah, if their room is cluttered and overbearing, they're just going to grab whatever they want and play with it somewhere else.
Think about that.
We are talking about organizing a small kid's room, so you gotta keep that in mind as you're assigning things at home.
You also have to think in terms of accessibility. So the heavier stuff or the stuff for the younger kids, put that closer to the floor. The toys for the older kids or the lighter stuff, put those a little bit higher up. You might also want to consider getting a stepping stool so that the kids don't have to come grab you whenever they need to get stuff that's a little bit higher up.
When we say assign everything at home, we mean assign everything at home. Don't leave a stack of drawings in the desk or the school bag somewhere on the floor. Everything needs to have a designated place.
Yeah, and don't let it stop you if you don't have the storage solutions or boxes or whatever that you need. Once you've assigned everything at home, you can ask yourself the question, do I need to get something new? What do I have around the house? Or is it time for a quick trip to IKEA? Now, you've assigned everything at home. You've put things into place and everything's looking pretty good. You might be forgiven for thinking that you're done, but you're not. We still have one more step for you to take to ensure that your kids' room stays organized for months to come with minimal effort on your behalf. This is important.
It is implementing systems and routines. This is all about how your kids use the space they have. So that means taking a quick tour of their room or having a talk with them about what things go where and how you put things away.
Exactly, and this differs from family to family. So we're going to give you some examples of what's worked for us, and hopefully that will inspire you to think about the systems and routines that you want to put in place with your kids to keep the room organized.
One thing that made a huge difference for us were labels. So kids, they play with the things that they can see, and they put it away if they know where it goes. So with labels, they don't have to remember the system because they can see it.
With the books, we started off ordering them by size, and then we realized that if we organize them by color, the kids have a much easier time putting them back into place the way that we kind of set it up. We also have a couple of shelves, one for library books and another one for assignments, so if the kids have to get their library books together to return them, they know exactly where to find them.
We have a lot of Legos, so we knew we needed to have a system for them. We put them in smaller boxes so the kids can have a nice overview of what they have, because again, kids play with what they can see. We also have a few shelves that we keep some of their completed sets on. And because they're completed, it doesn't add clutter and it looks nice.
We also sat down with the kids and figured out a system for their drawings. It's so easy for their desks to get cluttered up with all their artwork, but now we have a place where their drawings go when they're done with them, so they don't end up on their desk and stay there for days.
We've set out a few more routines for the kids to make sure the room stays clear and clutter-free most of the time. For example, make the bed every day, or assign certain times a day to clean up the room.
Yeah, and this works for us. Try to identify the areas that make your kids' room feel cluttered and set up systems and routines to prevent that. Also, you might need to go back and change the groups or adjust the homes that you assigned each group to as you finalize your system. We've just walked you through organizing a small kids' room using a methodology that we outline in our Ultimate Organizing Roadmap. So if you head over to realorganize.net, you can download the roadmap. And why would you want to do that since we've just shown you how to organize a small kids' room? Well, because you can use it for anything from a desk drawer to your entire kitchen.
Yeah, and if you like this video, make sure you like this video and share it with other people who might benefit from it as well.
Thank you. See you next time.
Hey
Hey
guys!
guys, we're going to give you the best how-to guide ever for organizing.
Finish your grouping. Yeah, box is also great for accessibility. If you... I said sex.